I did a video a few weeks back on dying wine trends in 2023, and orange wine was one of them. My daughter, who works at a local restaurant, disagreed with me. Not only does she like the quality of the orange wines offered at her work, but she also thinks her customers like them too. She thought that maybe instead of criticizing the wines, which I don't think I did, I should help to enlighten my viewing audience and teach them about it. So, in honor of my daughter, I'm going to talk about all things that are orange wine. Orange wine, also known as amber wine or skin contact wine, is basically white grapes made into wine using the red winemaking process. That is, the skins are left in contact with the juice. This winemaking style is actually one of the oldest methods of making wine in the world, dating back over 2,500 years. While it is not clearly known when winemakers began removing the skins from the juice in white winemaking, what is known is that this practice of removing the skins is now largely the accepted model for making white wine in the modern world. With that said, there are still pockets of wine regions around the world where the skin contact method of making white wine is still practiced. The Republic of Georgia is considered ground zero for orange wine. This country was considered part of Russia until as recently as 1991, and they practiced this style of winemaking using many of the indigenous grape varieties at their disposal. It was around this time in the early 1990s when the Republic of Georgia was announcing its independence from Russia, when a pair of adventurous winemakers from Italy stumbled onto this largely unknown wine region. They took this newly found discovery back to their country and began making their own amber wine. So how does orange wine get its color? Well, it can get it one of two ways. The first is from the skins. Take, for instance, Pinot Grigio, also known as Pinot Gris. The skins of these grapes are pinkish in color, and when left in contact with the juice, the wine turns a light copper color, or as the Italians call it, ramato. Another way orange wine can get its color is through the natural oxidation process. If you've watched some of my videos, you know that white wines get darker with age and red wines get lighter with age. The white wines get this amber or orange color from the time the juice is exposed to air, which it gets plenty of during skin contact. Think of an apple. If I cut it in half and ate one half and left the other half sitting on my kitchen counter, at the end of the day, the apple sitting on my kitchen counter would start to turn brown. This is what exposure to oxygen does. The same applies to orange wine. The longer the juice is exposed to air during the skin contact process, the darker the juice gets. Orange wine typically spends anywhere from a week to several months in contact with the juice. And in extreme examples, the skins are left in contact with the juice for up to a year. Okay, now that we know how orange wines get their color, how do they taste? I bought this wine at my local Total Wine for about $25 a bottle. The producer is Podere, and the grape variety used to make this is Ribolla Gialla. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's sediment in this wine, meaning that it's unfiltered. It's probably made in a low intervention style, a la natural wine. Orange wine can, but not always, be produced naturally. It kind of falls somewhere in between, but you wouldn't necessarily be wrong if you grouped orange wine into the natural wine category. Getting back to the taste, let me first comment on the sight because it's a very pretty light orange color. On the nose, the wine smells very minerally, like crushed rocks. There's also a sweet lime and golden apple component and some really pretty white flowers. On the palate, this wine is a touch richer than what I would typically get with Italian white wines. Still, those sweet lime and golden apples come through on the palate, not so much the white flowers. And then there's that telltale phenolic bitterness or that light tannin that comes along with wines that have had skin contact. I think it's a good wine. I think that this would be a wonderful wine with grilled chicken, grilled pork. It would also go really well with soft rind cheeses like Italian taleggio or French époisse. So there you have it. The next time someone asks you a question about orange wine, you can tell them a cool story. Just don't tell them it's made from orange peels. As for me, I hope my daughter's happy now. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you'll press the like icon, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, I hope you'll press subscribe. Until next time, peace out.